It reminded me a lot of like Metric, and actually even like Ministry. Like it was so. The background was so industrial, just chaotic. I loved it. I thought it was great. On top of the great vocals, like.
Those who don't know, Metric is a Canadian band, a female-fronted, and the singer's name is Emily Haynes. And the band is really cool, and check them out because Emily has got a fantastic voice. I mean, she just kind of subtle, strong to the point, and she's got lots of range, but you'd never know by looking at her. So yeah, awesome song.
Yeah, I like the tune a lot, and as I agree, the vocals are great. Kind of remind me of the Motels, or even like Berlin before Berlin turned into what they turned into.
Oh, yes!
This is a good tune.
As we all did ourselves, but go ahead.
Forgot all about that. That was great. Thank you for reminding me about that. Forgot about Berlin.
Oh, man. No, they've got a really cool sound. Just the whole package and everything. And yeah, she's got a great voice. I'm just going to make
that's
the
what she
comment
said.
that I make. I would love to hear a little more of her vocals in the mix. I don't think they've overstated them at all. And as a matter of fact, I think if they brought them up just a hair, they'd be even more effective because it's really a great sound that she has.
Very true. Sorry to be rude there, Catherine, but that's why I said the whole package. That's why I said that's what she said.
No.
so,
right.
So they're
this is a family show.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, I'm not getting graphic. I'm just making comment. So just before we get to our next song, I have another one of my favorite Simpsons clips, and since we're going through like the presidential debates and elections, that sort of thing, I figured to pull one of my favorite Simpsons ones when he meets Jerry Ford. Dig this.
Pleased to meet you. I just moved in. My name is Jerry Ford.
Former President Gerald Ford? Put it there. I'm Homer Simpson.
Say, Homer, do you like football?
Do I ever?
Do you like nachos?
Yes, Mr. Ford.
Well, why don't you come over and watch the game and we'll have nachos. And then some beer.
Ooh. Jerry, I think you and I are going to get along just fine.
They're tripping on the sidewalk there.
Right. Yeah. And it's so funny because no idea who President Bush is, but he knows who Jerry Ford is right away. Yeah. Which was that's what made it so funny, right? So there's our little presidential fun and knock, and we'll probably have more over the next few weeks with, of course, Dana Carvey doing President Bush Sr. And old clips of Phil Hartman and Gerald Hammond doing President Clinton. And, of course, you can't forget Norm Macdonald's Bob Dole.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So,
fun fact, Gerald Ford is why Canada is part of the G8 community, or G7, depending on where we're fluctuating with Russia. He said he wouldn't be part of it unless Canada was part of it. Because we're not one of the most profitable. We have 30 million people, not 300 million people like the States. But he said if Canada's not part of it, we're not going to be part of it. That's why Canada's part of it. So thank you, Gerald.
Well, there's a history lesson for you as well.
I didn't know that.
Neither did I. I know bits and pieces, and mainly like for stuff like that, and of course Chevy Chase doing Gerald Ford on SNL. Yeah. You know. Yeah. And
perfect.
Those scenes were so classic too, and just like watching them over, especially the Christmas one, where he's singing in your Easter bonnet, despite it's Christmas, and he hangs the stockings upside down, the stuff falls out, and he tries to shove it back inside, right?
Yeah.
So and it kills me every time, and you know, the alarm clock goes off. He picks up that direct phone to Russia. It's like,
yeah, right.
So. Again, dig yourselves, but no one who cared because it's really funny. So next up, we're gonna get to a band called Mr. Susan, who I interviewed just the other day, and I'll have the clips of certain funny parts of the interview for next week, because I didn't get a chance to do it this week. But I was telling them, I said, you know what, you guys are Revitalize band, and that's what a lot of the listeners have said. And my co-host, they go, thank you. And then one says, well, we all have beards, so we're together that way. And just they were just nonstop laughs. I mean, they're just really funny. They're like really quick-witted. And, you know, it just one of those things. When I said that, I just started laughing. I was like, that's awesome. Like, we all have beards. Our producer doesn't have a beard, but we trust him anyways, you know? So, it was a great time. Like always, a third time interviewing those guys, and they're always so much fun. So, a big thank you and big shout out to Mr. Susan. So, here is a song off their new album, A Popularity Contest. The song is called Broken. Dig this.
The question is, as on the order paper, Chancellor of the Exchequer. To get anywhere this afternoon in this debate if members on both sides of the chambers continue to bawl at each other. It would be a very good idea if we could listen to the Chancellor and proceed with the debate. I'm sure he'll be generous in giving way, Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Broken, Mr. Susan. Now, another fantastic tune by them. And this was the other song that we heard besides, what's the name of that song that we play all the time? Besides Bathrobes and Towels. Because that one, Broken, and Bathrobes and Towels were the first two songs that they had that were going on the new album before the new album came out. So we heard Broken a few times before, but it's a great tune. And, I mean, like always, I love the vocals. And I can't remember which band member said it. I want to say it was Ben, but I'm not 100%. Like I said, I'll have to listen to it over again. But, he said that he was the only one in the band that doesn't play synths and has never played synths at all, and very proud of it too. So yeah, great tune. I have one comment, but Mike's gonna snake it on me here because it's all he's got, but it's all good. So go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, we agree. This was definitely felt very Depeche Mode-y. I think it was Depeche Mode step forward. I don't know. It was like a little more extreme than Depeche Mode, but it was definitely that vibe. 110%. I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, very very high level of musicianship. Those guys are amazing. I was kind of getting a David Byrne out of his vocal a little bit.
Yeah.
I liked the tune. It was good.
Yeah, the thing about this tune and a lot of theirs is they're going along. Obviously, it's a progressive type of a song, and then it's like they have these breaks where it's just like they lose their minds.
Yeah.
It gets really trippy, and
that's what I was thinking about, the extreme part. Like,
yeah, they
like,
literally just go crazy and have a blast doing it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then they pull it back, and then they go about the song again, and then you have it's just, that's what's so cool about them.
You know,
that was great. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Absolutely. And the other thing they mentioned during the interview, and when they pointed out, I was like, oh yeah, I did realize that, is during Bathrobes and Towels, and there's a few other songs where there's viola included in it.
Oh.
And it was a friend of theirs, and when I was listening, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. He goes, and Ben was saying, you know what, we brought her in just to add a little bit extra kind of oomph to the song and give it a little bit extra tunage to it, and it sounds really good. So when you listen to it again, you hear the viola almost right away in the breakdowns.
I'll be darned. I wouldn't have been listening for that. That's cool.
And that's the thing is, I didn't notice it first either. And then we pointed out, I was like, oh yeah, he absolutely can definitely hear it now. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So next up, we have a band called The Rogue Network, and this is courtesy of Emma Scott and Plug-In Baby. This one's called Lowland City. Dig this.